taking to dinner. Nah, it's not his style. Not his style. All right, we're back, and we're not on schedule again, like usual.
Go figure.
But I mean, I think we wanted to wait. A little bit because Matt had some the Canada stuff that we got to talk about, and then
Canada.
We had Mozingo this weekend, so we can talk about, and then we didn't get to talk about Iron Horse, so we have Iron Horse that we can talk about as well. But welcome into the show. It is another rousing episode, and I also have after we talk and have a recap and all that, find out what's going on in the golfing world. I thought it would be a good idea for us to revisit our preseason rankings because we did some tier lists, or we did a tier list of all the golf courses in Kansas City. And then with the season going by and us playing a variety of courses, not only with APT, but just on our own, I thought it would be a fun idea to revisit that and see if we want to change things. So
move things around.
I didn't look at our previous list. I tried to find it, but I couldn't find it. It's on Facebook. I guarantee it. I couldn't find it. But I would like to do this blind so that when we go back, I can look and see if we changed anything. And then on the next show, we can see the differences between the two. But anyway, we're going to do the tier list. There is a way for me to make this tier list live as well. So I may make it live. I may put it up on the Facebook page, and then everybody can
I can tell you one course that's staying in the same spot.
We're going to get to that. Let's
that's Iron
Horse. What? Tell you? Actually, I actually, so for the recording, I have a pedal here that I can map to a and it worked. I can map keyboards to this pedal, so now I can actually make clips without having to hit the keyboard now because I am that lazy.
Good.
Anyway, we're back. Andrew Turner, Matthew Thorman. As you can see, I discovered that you can actually add titles underneath people's names. I completed everybody's names. Matt already had his completed, but I made sure that everybody have their title. We don't have job titles here, but we have titles. So like Andrew here is photographer / D4 hustler. Matthew Thorman here, tall socks / long driver. So we got that covered. And then me, host / semi-decent golfer.
Checks out.
Anyway,
Checks.
What has been going on, guys? It's been 2 weeks. We've had Iron Horse, we've had Mozingo, but let's first start with Matt, who's tinkering, and tell us about Canada.
You mean Western
Canada?
Kansas?
Canada, Western Canada. So basically, it was like going to Wichita.
Visually, yes. It looked
First
like
off,
Western
where
Kansas.
were you in Canada? Because I asked Andrew and Brandon, and both of them said Alberta. I'm like,
that's all we knew.
Alberta, but Alberta is big as fuck.
It's a province. It's like saying
it's
like saying you went to British Columbia. It's like,
but he never told us. He told us never. He never said, "I'm going to this place inside Alberta." He just said, "I'm."
It's always three things: Calgary, Alberta, Canada, or that's the only thing I know in Alberta is Calgary. That's where the Flames play.
Edmonton.
Alberta.
About 30 minutes outside of Edmonton, just south of Thorsby, is where we were.
Did you hear? Did you see any moose?
I did not see any moose. I was disappointed. I also didn't see any maple syrup, and I was really disappointed.
You got to drill through the whole.
I was really hoping that I was going to see like maple syrup and like one of those like like the drinkable apple juices for little kids or the apple sauces. I was really hoping I was going to find one of those.
It's gonna be like a Super Troopers.
You like those little suckable packets the kids have?
Yeah,
it's like
I was really hoping I was going to find one of those of maple syrup, and I didn't find any.
Did you ever see Super Troopers 2? He's gonna be the guy chugging maple syrup in Super Troopers 2.
Wait, hold on. Before we go any deeper into that thing, I think you're mistaking Super Troopers 1. That's the one of the first scenes in Super Troopers.
In Super Troopers 2,
first one,
where they're chugging maple syrup, and he goes 1, 2.
In Super Troopers 2, they go to Canada, and
they do. I haven't seen that. The first one I've seen multiple times. The second one I haven't seen as much.
It's not as good, but it's the same. It's the same story. It's the same story.
But anyway, let's continue here. Matt, tell us about your trip to Canada.
So, I mean, it was a good time. I ended up going. I thought I was going on Thursday. Found on a Tuesday I was leaving on Wednesday. So I ended up having a whole extra day, which is why I played golf on Friday, because I got everything done on Thursday that I was going to do on Friday. And then we, Friday I went and played golf, shot a 67 at Red Tails Landing, which was fantastic course. It was like imagine if Anbrier, all the tall stuff, was not tall. Not that it mattered, because I wasn't really in it anyway. But it was like a more open Anbrier. It was pretty cool. 7,300 yards. I wasn't planning on playing golf, so I had 6 drivers, 2 irons, 2 wedges, and a bargain putter.
What did you get? I heard you bought a putter. What did you get?
It is the TaylorMade TP Soto.
Nice. And what did you pay for that one?
150 Canadian.
What's that American?
I think it's
What's
like,
that in freedom dollars?
I think
$10.
it's like less than $100.
What's that in freedom currency?
So we did that. Saturday we hit in the Birdie Juice Invitational. I got some cool stickers on on my shafts now. They covered up the WLD sticker.
Oh, they had to?
No, they just did. Because that was that was us checking our clubs in, was they gave us those stickers.
Gotcha.
But it was probably the toughest format in long drive that I've ever seen. Because it was 4 sets instead of 5. Still get 6 balls, still 2.5 minutes. But so there's only 3 hitters per group. So it was first place got 150, second place got 100, third got 50. And it was a super tough format as far as points. But I finished, so I went I took second in my first set, and then I went third by 5 yards, I believe, and then third again by 6 yards. And I knew I had to win my last set to even have a chance. And so I went out, I won my last set. I think I hit like a 330 ball. It was like straight into probably 20-mile-an-hour wind all day.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty aggressive. You couldn't really feel it when we were standing on the box, because there were trees blocking the box. But once you got past the tree line, there was no trees. Because there's the tee box, and then there's a group of trees on the left and a group of trees on the right blocking all the wind. And so once you got out past those, it was just just an open field. And so it was blowing pretty briskly after you got past those couple trees. And the balls just weren't going anywhere. Not for everybody. It was kind of a little annoying, but it was whatever. So I go out, I win my last set, and then ended up missing the cut for the top 16 by 50 points. So I went.
Damn.
So I think it was 400. So if I'd gotten second instead of third in one of my middle 2 sets, then I would have had a playoff, or I would have had a hit off to get into the top 16. But the 4 guys that finished above me, I knew, those were the 4 guys that I was gonna have to beat one of them to get to the top 4. And I almost did. It just didn't happen. So, but golf. But I felt like I hit the ball pretty good, especially I've had the snap hookies for a couple of weeks with my long drive stuff, so it was good to see that go away. But I hit the ball pretty good, just not quite good enough to get into the top 16.
Still went up and you still did it. That's still fantastic, though.
And so I hit the ball good. It was a good time, a good experience. And then
who ended up winning it?
Kyle.
Oh.
How'd the Perfect Hands team do?
It was we actually all did pretty well. I think there's 3 of us that didn't make the top 16, and the rest of them did. But Kyle, the last set was absolutely electric, because it came down to the last ball. I think Kyle was 377 and Jack Smith was 377. and Kyle hits his last ball, and it's an absolute nuke, and the crowd goes nuts. And then Jack Smith hit his ball literally like a split second after Kyle hit his, and everyone started going crazy again because they both just absolutely hammered it. And Jack's last ball, Jack, his fifth, sixth ball went 377, 377. Kyle went 377, 378, and won by a yard.
Damn.
Good Lord. Talking about a nail biter.
It was pretty intense watching it.
It'd been real fun to be able to watch it, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, we tried.
Yeah, they were having some streaming issues, I guess.
Yeah.
But, overall, it was an awesome event. I got invited to ULD Worlds, the Ultimate Long Drive Worlds.
When is that?
Say what is or when is it?
When?
It's the week after Nationals for APT.
Where's it at?
Columbia, South Carolina.
Ooh, nice.
Not bad.
So,
do you need
Myrtle Beach, then Columbia. Might possibly.
Ooh.
But yeah, so I'm still deciding if I'm going to that or not. I want to, but we have to make sure it's financially feasible because the entry fee is less than tasteful. But they also pay out more than WLD does. So
donations can be made to the Saving Par Show for Matt Thorman. Send Matt to Worlds.
For those who want to donate to the Matthew wants to go to Worlds donation box, DM us.
Yeah.
But no, it was a blast. I had a good time. I hit the ball I probably could have hit it a little bit better, but I'm not sure it would have made a difference. But either way, good experience. I was glad I was there. So
you like that one better than the
blast. WLD was a little bit more put together. ULD, because ULD was running this one, which they did a really good job. There's just some spots where it was just like the transitions took a little bit too long, but other than that, it wasn't. That was about it. But it was a blast. So
nice. Well, glad you made it back safe. Glad you made it back safely from the great north. Not every day one of us gets invited to go up to Canada and play golf. So, well, in long drive, I guess. Not
just swing some.
Just
play golf.
Go hit golf.
Just hit some nukes. Hit some nukes.
It's funny you say that because I was like, I wasn't putting two and two together on why you bought like a shitload of Top Flight bomb golf balls. And I was asking Brandon and Matt, Brandon and Andrew this week, and I was like, is that why he bought all those golf balls? I'm like, no, he bought those for Falcon Lakes. I was like, oh shit, I thought he was come on up to Canada, join us for our long drive event, bring your own balls.
I dropped back 3/4 of that bag of golf balls, by the way.
From Falcon?
From Falcon Lakes.
Yeah. And you also had that too.
Yeah, I hit golf balls on the hole for people at Falcon Lakes, which was fun. First time ever doing that for a scramble.
And that was let's make sure you were doing that to raise money for Steve Pope, right, in his foundation.
I believe it ended up going. It was like some homeless veterans.
Awesome, that's fantastic.
I officially have an account with CGI, so that was exciting.
What's that?
Cherry Golf International, place where it's the one where people call them and they hire long drivers to go hit balls at scrambles.
Oh, nice.
So I officially have an account with them, so that's exciting.
Yeah, I think last time we had one of those at one of a scramble I played in. The guy's name was Patty Whack.
I know him. I met him briefly once, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he was an interesting fellow. It was at Shamrock Hills, so I mean he was on the first hole, or he was on hole 10 doing long drives. I'm like, man, you could probably just put it on the green from here. It's not that far. But anyway.
They put me on the tightest par 5. It was number 12, I think.
Wait, you weren't 13. On hole 1?
No.
What?
The guy in the pro shop was like, there's houses on 1. And I was like, if I'm heading to houses on 1, I got big.
Something's wrong.
Wait. So they put you on what, 12?
Or 12 or 13.
13.
Well, is 12 the one with the tree line on the left and
that's
the
13.
Field on the right?
Yeah,
that's 13.
Yeah, because that's the one after the dog leg left.
Yeah, I told our I told our marketing guy, I was like, don't put me on, was it 5 or 16? Because that completely defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do because they're both
So-
blind tee shots.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to think here. 5 is
5's the first one that's big
Yep.
over the hill.
It's
and
the
then
uphill one, yep.
16 is the other one that goes up over the hill.
Yeah.
Or
And then
straight
goes a little
and
to
then
the
down
right.
the hill.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But
Yeah.
that one has
And I was
houses
like,
too.
I was like, that
So-
completely. I was like, that completely defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do. So I was like,
Yep.
and so I was like, 1 or 13. And I was like,
If you're
So
not
they
going to
ended
do
up putting me on
1, I would
13.
say 13 because 13 is just a dead straight away.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
a dead straight. You just got to make sure you're on the right side of those trees
Yeah.
that hang over the fairway.
so we were charging. I think it was $10 a group. There was 2 groups that didn't buy. One was Mr. Cliff, Mr. Cliff Jr. or Cliff the Third, I guess. He didn't do it, but then there's 2 groups that paid $20 and just said keep the change. So it ended up working out.
Nice. That's usually what I do. Is I'll just throw them whatever and say here you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, but it was a good time. Never a bad day getting paid to hit golf balls. So
Exactly.
No?
Never. But
I
and
think
then we also
I
what's
think
up?
that's everything.
Yeah, and then we have as a collective group we can talk about Iron Horse and that shit show.
I hate that golf course.
I hate
So do
that
I.
golf
So
course
do
as
I.
well. Honestly, that course was. I personally thought it was in bad shape. The tee boxes were just torn to hell. The pins looked like they hadn't been moved in 2 weeks.
It was
They were tore up. It felt like every time I hit a ball,
looked
in
like
the fairway,
$110 golf course to me.
No, it looked like it's 100. I told Corey. Like I told Corey, I think it was I made the comment on the Facebook page. I was like, "It's $105 green fee for $20 greens."
Mm-hmm.
It was that bad.
It was
It
it was pretty
was pretty
awful.
gnarly. I mean, and some of those tee box placements were just in shitty
It was-
spots, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, I get having some trees to work around. Like, there's that one. I don't know. I don't remember what hole it was, but it's the one that had the tree literally hanging over pretty much the entire.
Yeah, and they had everybody on the tips.
Yeah, and it's like, no, there's no way anybody's going under that. I mean,
Yeah.
unless they're hitting just chip shots.
Or a stinger.
What's that?
Which hole?
I don't remember which one it was. It's the one where you had to hit, like, it had a really big hill on the right-hand side, and then there's a creek you got to hit over to the green. Maybe 13, I want to say. Is it 13?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't care.
I just know they had
Iron Horse.
everybody on the tips, and the
I don't
tips
even
were
know
all the way
shit
pushed.
about Iron Horse to memorize their layout.
Yeah.
But it felt like every time I hit one on the fairway, like I was hitting fairways like crazy. I was actually doing really well off the box, but like every time I hit the fairway, it felt like I was being punished, like where my ball was sitting every time. So like there was at one point, I hit on the left side of the fairway, and it wasn't even close to the edge to the rough, but like the ball was sitting above my feet by probably half a foot to a foot. So like you got to choke down on it and then get a chip shot up there. It just felt awkward trying to hit it, and it's like this is just ridiculous. Not to mention it was still wet out there a little bit, and it's like
It
the
was
clean
more
and
than a
play
little
should have
bit.
been play on that one. To be
Well, yeah, and then-
honest, I thought it should have been the play.
I think that's a golf course where I can't just like hit driver everywhere.
Mhm.
And I told myself I actually stuck to my game plan. Shocking. We all know whenever I say I'm not going to hit driver, I always end up hitting driver.
You still hit it.
Yeah,
I
did that.
actually stuck to my game plan. The only hole I hit driver on that I told myself I wasn't going to was 1, and I was like 30 yards short of the green, so it worked
What,
out.
you-
Well, I was like I wasn't gonna hit driver, and I was like, fuck it, I'm hitting driver on 1.
I hit-
And every
I
time I
hit
hit
an
driver on
absolute-
1, I either go over that bunker into the shit, or I go left into the shit, and I was like, fuck it, I'm piping driver right down the pipe.
I
I
hit
hit it,
one right in the middle of that fairway.
and
I
it
was only
was-
50 yards
yeah.
off.
That's
That was
what I
so
was
nice.
like. I think I had like a little chip shot onto the green basically, and then lipped out the birdie putt, and I was like, well, that's fucking stupid.
I will
But
say though, after
it was
the
all right.
tournament, that was probably the first tournament I heard as a majority of people complain about a course and the conditions of that course. I mean, there's a bunch of us standing on that back patio, and everybody had something bad to say. Like, that's the first time I've ever heard that after a ABT event.
Yep.
I mean,
Normally there's one or two, but when the general consensus is it sucks,
Yeah.
Probably
and
don't go back.
The rumor is it's not going to be on the schedule next year.
Yep.
Which I'm 100% happy
Well, and
with.
we have some better courses replacing that next year.
Yeah.
From what I heard, they are going to replace the horse with the mule.
Yep.
So
yeah,
I'll
but
gladly,
it's gonna be on a Monday.
which I'm okay with. I like Mules National enough that I'll play it on Monday. But yeah, Iron Horse. It was not a great showing at Iron Horse.
No.
I don't honestly, looking at the scores, there was not a whole lot good going on in Iron Horse.
I think I shot like.
Yeah,
I'll say for how bad I played, and like for how bad I felt like I played. Anyway,
You actually scored well.
Yeah.
I think I shot. I think I was 8 over.
Yeah.
And I like, for how bad I felt like I played, I was like, the result really wasn't like
Awful.
it wasn't bad.
No. I know Corey. I talked to Corey after that, and
I felt like
talked
I
to Corey
played
after
like
that, and he just said he had nothing but bad things to say about that golf course.
I mean, we were finishing up, and I felt like I wasn't playing. Like I wasn't playing great by any means, but
yeah,
I stayed away from the leaderboard just because I didn't want to look at it.
I do that all the
And,
time. That's my go-to move.
Yeah. And Zach is sitting up there on 18 just watching us finish. And, of course, I fucked up the last 4 holes, and I come off 18, goes, you dropped a spot? I'm like, first I don't know what spot you're talking about, but had I made at least a bogey or par, I would have finished second or third. Instead
I got about halfway through my round, said fuck it, and started making shots I should have taken.
Those greens were, I putted pretty well. Shockingly, the best part of my game was my wedges and my putter. Dude, on what's that hole? It's on the front. I think it's like 7. It's the that par 4, like the short par 4 with the creek.
with the split fairways.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Where we teed off from the tips on that one, where you kind of tee off in a little cubby hole in the woods.
Yeah,
and you got to chip over. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So I was
going to
hit driver at the green because I slapped myself in the face and I said, "No, Matthew, stick to your game plan," because I always hit driver at the green on that hole. And so I hit 4-iron and hit a 56 because I had like 115. It was into the wind. I hit a 56. It lands 3 feet short of the hole, one hops and stops, and I thought it landed past the hole and spun back. And we all thought it was going in the hole, and we get up there, and I literally it one hopped and stopped like 6 inches short of going in for eagle. And I was like, man, that would have been cool.
That was not one of my favorite holes there.
And what was the other one? I got lucky twice. So what's that first par 5? Is like number 5 with the houses down the right.
No idea.
Trees on the left.
Yeah, they're down the right and then the left, and then there was a fan right before the par 3.
Yep, that one.
Yep. I know what you're talking about.
So that one, Corey hits his drive, and he like pipes it down the right side, and his started over the houses. I'm pretty sure that was him, but it started over the houses, came back, and he was on the just in the right rough, and that stuff was thick.
Yep, it was.
But he hits driver, and then I hit driver in the exact same spot. I was like, oh, for the love of God, draw. And this sucker starts coming down, and it sneaks its way just left of the fence, hits the cart path, and we're all just like, please don't hit the path. And of course it hits the path, right? And I was like, that was a 50-50, and it bounces straight and left. At like 100 and at like 150 into that green, I think. So it was like it ended up being like a 400-yard drive with the cart path bounce. And then on 18, Mr. Aaron Scholes destroyed my super. A little bit upset about it, but I didn't deserve it anyway. But so I hit 4-iron off the tee box because I can't hit driver, can't hit 3-wood, and then the next club was a 4-iron, and so I hit 4-iron, almost shank it. I hit that first tree that's right on the fairway, that's like 260 out, and so I'm right under that tree with a baseball stance, and I pull 5-wood, and I said fuck it because I wasn't in contention anyway. And so I hit this 5-wood from a baseball, like the ball's at my waist, This sucker starts like in the forest on the right, comes all the way back, lands right next to the fan, and rolls down onto the green. And I made the putt for birdie. I was just like, just a
All right.
casual 3. And then,
Just a casual three.
but then the way Brandon was telling me how Aaron made his birdie on that hole to cut my super, and it was so he shanked his second shot into the fan, and it rolled down to like 5 feet, and he made the putt. And I was like, well, at least we both made stupid birdies.
Yeah.
But yeah, that course sucks.
Yeah,
I didn't
sucks to hire
have
him.
I didn't have a fun day.
Luckily, to redeem all that, we went to Mozingo, and it felt so much better.
It did.
That course, no matter what's going on, that course is always in amazing shape.
Yeah.
They had it in, like, it was great.
It was in
greens were
prime form.
Greens were in extremely good shape. The pins were changed every night. I think on Friday they changed the pins.
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday they changed the pins.
Greens just weren't holding anything. But,
Speaking of super skins, David told me on Sunday that there were 7 super skins on Saturday.
Yep.
He's like,
Brandon
that's,
said his skin and super on day 2 was like $100.
yeah, there were so many of them. I honestly think that day 2 was worse than day 1, for sure.
Yeah. But
Oh,
I
my
mean,
microphone's giving some feedback.
it was all in all, it was a solid weekend though. Like
Yeah,
we did that practice round Friday. I fucking drove the ball phenomenal. I think it was 93% fairways is what I hit.
yeah, you were
I
on
mean,
target.
Shout
You were just
out to Perfect
consistent.
Hands on that one.
Captain consistent on that one.
But I couldn't hit greens, but it was a solid 89 for me. Like I struck the ball very well. And then Saturday, I don't know what the fuck happened. I just couldn't do anything. It's 95.
I shot the same thing Friday and Saturday, so
Yeah.
I was consistent.
And then
I was consistently making stupid wedge shots.
And then Sunday, we started on hole 10, which was great. And back 9, I fucked it up. I don't think I had a single par on the back 9. Front 9, though.
The front 9 is always, to me, the front 9 is always soothing. Because
Yeah.
like when we started our round on day 1, we started on 16, which is the hardest hole in the course.
Yeah.
To me, it doesn't, like, everybody kept saying it's the hardest hole, but to me, it doesn't seem that difficult. It's just, the problem is like when you hit
Which
it,
one? Talking about
16, the one with the windmill.
That's not the hardest hole in the course. 7's the hardest hole in the course.
I thought that everybody kept saying 16
Nope.
was. David said it,
7's
Brandon said it.
7's the number 1 handicap hole.
7. Which one's 7?
It's the one where poop right, pond left. Once you get over the hill, the whole fairway slopes towards the little cut-in tree on the corner, left corner.
Wait. You mean, yeah, because it's the one
No,
right.
it's
It's the one
it's
before,
right
the
before
par
that
3.
par 3 with the water.
So, fun story for you. They put
The
everybody
tee-box
on the
placement.
fucking gold tees.
Oh, holy shit!
Yeah, so on Friday, your boy
Oh, that's what
Chris
Brandon
drove
told
the
me.
green.
300
Friday,
yards.
I drove the green on Friday, and then I came up short both days. I was on the fairway both days, but I came up short both days.
Hey,
But it was technically it was not the hardest hole in the course that day.
I parted on that Friday. I parted
Yeah.
because tee shot went shit. The my second shot went just top right of the green, and then I flubbed a little chip shot. I was like, "Fuck, I got to get this
Yeah.
even close to have a chance," and I fucking chip in for par.
Well, on Friday,
Dr. Chipinski was in the house on
yeah,
that one.
Dr. Chipinski. If anybody hasn't seen the
Dr.
John Daly
Chipinski,
Breaking
baby.
50, that was mom.
And it was
Yeah, we all watched that one. That was on Friday, right?
yeah.
Yep. So Friday, I hit it to the left of the green. The pin was on the right side of the green. Hits the hill, bounces up onto the green. I 3-putt for par. Because I mean the putt was a mile away, and it was just like a circus putt the entire way. And if you hit it
Yeah.
too far, you were just rolling off the green. That's what I love about Mozingo is the pin placements don't look hard until you get up there and you see the
Yep.
greens, and you're like, yeah, that's a pain in the ass. 'Cause there were a lot of I had a lot of stuff that you were like, that's gonna break, and it never broke. Or you had
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that was like, it looks like it's uphill, but it's not actually uphill. It was like you'd fly right by it. I'm like,
There's
good
a couple
Lord.
of those at Winterstone today.
Especially, you played Winterstone today?
Yeah, me and Brandon did.
Oh,
We get left out on shit because we actually have jobs. We got jobs.
Yeah, I know. Well, even when we don't have jobs, we get left
Yeah,
out.
I know.
But no, it was like, what was it?
I leave everybody out equally, all right?
We played the par 5 with the par 5 after the par 3 on the back. 12, I believe it is. 12, I kid you not, man.
That's the short one, right? With the tree on the corner in the pond.
Yeah.
It's only like a 500-yard par 5.
Yeah.
But it's just the way it's set up, it's stupid.
Yeah, and that pin placement both days was just, it annihilated people. Day 2, it was on the back shelf. Like, it was tucked back behind the sand trap on top of that.
They had some of the early spots.
Yeah. But it was still good.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't complain about that.
Matt, you'd have loved the front nine for me. The 2 par 5s on there.
Mm-hmm.
Birdie both of them.
Ooh. Well, I shot 77 today. I think I had 4 birdies and 2 eagles. So I just fucking suck at golf.
Looks like you both shot a 77 today.
Yep, I doubled 18 to tie him.
Had a half.
Yeah,
well,
he's only beat me once this year, so I couldn't let it happen again.
Well, that was Mozingo. Mozingo was it was always fun. It's always fun, like usual.
We ate some good food. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah, we ate some good food, and we waited half a fucking century to get said food.
Yeah.
That restaurant on site there is always a great choice, but at the same time, their service every year gets slower and slower and slower.
Although those jalapeno wontons were delicious.
Well, shit, I forgot to say, the guy that won D3, he's only broken 90 once this year. He shot back-to-back in the 70s, which was just, I was like, how the fuck does that happen? But he shot back-to-back 70s, which is just crazy. But if he's getting bumped, he'll get bumped for sure now.
Shout out to our boy Irvin Beeks for his first win.
That's right. He was
he was pumped.
We had a showing at A&G.
Not A&G's, A&G. As Matt promptly corrects everybody.
We had a showing at A&G.
Put some respect on the name, all right?
We had like 13 or 14 people there.
We got there first, and the waitress was like, "Everybody coming? Yeah, we got a few more. Hey, we got a few more people coming."
We had me.
Yeah, Brandon knows everybody loved it, and I was like, "Well, duh."
Yeah.
Me, Andrew, Brandon, Rocky, Cliff Jr., Cliff the Third, James Fenton, Corey Glasgow, Zach, Paul Orbitz, David Irving, and then
Brian.
Brian.
Brandon said, Irv was like, "Man, everyone's just gonna leave all this here." And
Irv walks down to the table to Andrew's plate and just goes, "Let me try this." He's just pulling like stuff off his plate, and I'm like, "This is."
He's like, "Oh man, this is good." He's like, "I just had the." He was eating everything.
Oh yeah. They all loved it. Like,
I've never met someone who didn't like it there.
Yeah, it was good. Paul was the only one. He was the odd one out at the table. He got something Greek. Everybody else got Italian. Dave, except for David. David got a steak and a baked potato. Yeah. And he was down in some good old fashions. But overall, it was a great trip. It was a nice
dinner for everybody.
It's also nice that like on Friday, on Friday. Actually, here's a fun one. So on Friday, I went to go pick up Andrew. I got pulled over. I got pulled over in Leavenworth. So we're driving through downtown, and I'm kind of reminiscing about the band. When I used to play in a band, I used to play in downtown Leavenworth, and the way it took us to get out of Leavenworth from Andrew's house was downtown. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, over there is where we used to play." Next thing I know, I hear Andrew go, "You just ran a red light." And then I look. I ran a red light, and then next thing I see him pull a fucking wee woo, and lights come on, and I pulled over. So it's funny. The funniest part is I pull over, and it's like all one-way streets in downtown Leavenworth.
He's on 6th Street in Delaware.
Else to go. I literally had nowhere else to go. There's construction everywhere. The streets full. So I just park behind an empty handicap spot. The guy comes up to the window, and I'm like, Do you want me to move? Like, you want me to, like, because I feel like I'm blocked. He's like, "Nah, you're fine." He goes, "License," and I gave him the license. I go, "Hey, it's on my phone. Can I get my phone?" And I gave him my phone. I told him straight up. Andrew will sit there and vouch for me. I told him straight up. I was like, "Yeah, I was not paying attention. I ran that red light." he came back and he goes, "I'm just going to give you a warning. Don't do it again. Whatever." I told him to have a nice day, and we took off.
Downtown Leavenworth is a mess right now.
Yeah, it is.
As I was just honest with the guy, and it was funny.
As soon as Chris gets the intersection and goes red, and he kind of stops for just like he hesitates and then just keeps going like really like
and the lights came on immediately.
30 seconds later, if that, and just whoop.
Well, then we get up to Mozingo and his truck. Like we get to go pick up his truck, and it says a little dry erase board in the window. Be back at 2. It's 1. We don't have a hotel room yet and whatnot. So we go to Mozingo and we get to the hotel and they let us check in early. I go check in. I start unpacking all my stuff and realize I do not have a belt. I completely forgot a belt. I need the aesthetic. So we go to Marshall's. In Maryville, and I will tell you right now, that place slaps. They had some good shit. I got a Nike belt for $4. Did the job. Kept the pants up. It was perfect. It was absolutely hilarious because we were gonna go to like Hibbett Sports, and I'm like, there's no way they have one. But we go into Marshall's and they had Callaway, they had Nike. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. So.
Shit. We should have bought that golf decanter they had out there.
Oh,
that thing was pretty fucking sweet too.
It was called the 19th hole, and it was a golf club decanter with like, you could fill it with like whiskey or bourbon or whatever you want. But yeah, that was it. That was Maryville in a nutshell. The whole course was amazing. The round was great.
We also need to ask you.
The only one that had a shopping spree.
We also need to ask you, what is that?
It's just a movie theater.
Well, no shit, but it looks cool.
Yeah. Inside an airplane hangar.
The white trash in us want to know, is that cool?
I mean, it's just a regular movie theater. It's nothing special. That's where we used to go every Friday before home games. We would go there.
So, like, I mean, are they decent, like, seating, or is it just, like, regular old movie theater seats? And
yeah, it's just, like, regular movie theater.
They just look cool. We're like,
yeah, it look badass.
Deadpool tonight. Maybe we should go see Deadpool tonight. But no. Anyway, okay, so moving forward, we were talking about that for a solid 40 minutes. But now I want to bring on the next presentation of the show. I need to figure this one out here. But we are going to rank this year's courses, and I'm calling this the post-season ranking. And I know it's not really we're not out of season yet. APT comes to an end this weekend, followed by usually September is the start of scramble season. That's when all the courses start to, they have their tournaments. They kind of let things go a little bit because stuff's going to start tanning out. I really don't think that's going to happen soon, but like I think mid-September, October is when things are going to start to slow down. But I think we hit every course right in their prime so. I figure we go back through whether one of us has played at least one of these courses on this list. If not, we will just go off of what we know from
past
previous knowledge. We'll go previous knowledge / what we saw on KC Golf, because KC Golf has turned into one giant bitch session.
The customer's always right on there too. Let me tell you.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, the people that I love the people that complain about like, oh, it's slow play. It's like, it's fucking golf. Calm down, dude. That's
it's the weekend.
That's how it always is, man.
It's the weekend.
I mean, come on, give me a break.
What do you want? A 3 hour?
The customer's always wrong.
Yes, pretty much. The one I did see one. It wasn't on KZ Golf, but it was on another one, and it's like, what is one thing you'd like to see courses get rid of? And some guy commented a dress code, and everybody just fucking jumped on him. They're like, absolutely not. We would rather not have cut off blue jeans and tank tops running down those fairways. Yep. And I'm like, yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I wouldn't get rid of the dress code. Just
keep it a little respectful.
Yeah, exactly. Keep a little bit of class in the game, unless you got some of those muni courses where you can get away with it. Yeah. But let's go ahead and start here at the top. Hold on, let me hit my clip button here. Boop, clipping. Wait, I gotta click on the window. Clip. Okay. So let's go ahead and start here at the top. Dubs Dread. Has anybody here had the pleasure this year?
Nope.
From what I've heard.
Okay, so nobody played it, so we're doing what I've heard on this one.
What I've heard from Mr. Lawless is that it's probably somewhere in the middle.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Actually, I probably should have premised this. our tier list here is A, B, C, D, F. A being you are in the top echelon of Kansas City this year. Congratulations, you had the best golf courses ever. B being you almost got there. C being meh, whatever. D meaning you tried. F meaning you never even tried. That's the ranking system here. But given
Also, what are we rating it on? I feel like that's important to.
you know what? I say
Condition,
100%
pricing.
Conditions and pricing. Let's do conditions to pricing because I know a lot of courses changed their prices this year. And I think conditions to pricing is the way to go on this one. But I think Dub's Dread was kind of still mid-level. Are you eating ham? Like, are you just like raw dogging ham right now? Just
Rotisserie chicken.
rotisserie chicken. Awesome. Hey, okay, stop. Hold on. Sidetrack. ADD just kicked in. Little fun story for you. Some guy has got like KFC for life, and he got like a certificate and stuff from KFC because he figured out their Easter egg on Twitter. He found that they were only following 11 people on Twitter, and they were 11 guys named Herb and Spice Girls.
What?
He was following 11 herbs,
And
and Spice Girls. 11 herbs and spices. Someone found the Easter egg, and they gave him like a year's supply of chicken. And like, it was like, okay, I'm blown away. Who has like that insight to go, you know what to do? I want to see who KFC follows. But anyway, okay, back to what we were talking about after the squirrel ran by. But so I'm gonna go and say that Dub's Dread is gonna sit here at the C tier.
Yep.
Mid-level, not good, not great, but you know, if you want to go hit golf balls around, Dub's Dread is your place to go.
They did just put brand new bunkers in, so who knows?
Yeah, well, we all try to stay out of the bunkers. Those are for aesthetics.
Yeah.
Tiffany Greens. Let's go Tiffany Greens here.
Haven't played it, but from what I've heard, it's gone downhill.
I heard a lot of bad
A, B,
stories.
C, D.
Yeah.
D for me.
D tier. Yeah, I heard some bad stories about Tiffany Greens. A lot of people, I mean, I saw a lot of people on Casey Golf complaining about Tiffany Greens and being overpriced and under.
Yep.
Nobody's taking care of it, and it's kind of gone downhill.
It's pretty bad. It was pretty bad when we played it.
It's a shame because that used to be one of the premier courses in Kansas City too. Like, the only reason we never played it is because we never wanted to drive up that far, but it used to be like one of the greatest
That's where I won
ones.
my first APT tournament.
Next up, this is the one that like we got a lot of shit for, mainly from Lawless. Lawless, if you're listening, I'm sorry. But Eagles Landing.
No idea. Never been there.
Never been there.
From what I've heard, it's probably going in the C.
Yep.
For price,
I heard
price
actually.
to,
I heard
price to condition. I feel like it's
David told me that they've been doing a lot of good things with it. I haven't been there, I haven't played it, so I can't say, but I will say from referrals that they are starting to replace bunkers and do all kinds of other things. But overall, I'd say it's probably, you're right, C tier. Something you're not going to pay probably immense amounts for, and it's going to be about what you'd expect for the price. Okay, Matt's like looking like
He's got to be able to read the.
Why don't I just read these to you?
trying to show off my Canada hat.
Yeah, well, we saw the Canada hat. We'll just read these to you. Excelsior Springs.
I'm a little biased on this one because I got my first APT win out there.
I mean,
Yep.
So I'm going. I gotta go A. I gotta go.
I'm
A.
going B. I'm a B. That's a B tier for me.
It's only A because I won out there.
It's an elevated minor park, in my opinion. It's still a really good course. It's a really nice course. It's one of my favorite courses. But to me, it's an elevated minor park.
Yeah.
Is what it is. I will say
it's also
though, for the price,
50 minutes from everybody.
Yeah.
I will say for the price, and I'm throwing in another one here. Walkability. It's a great course. I think it's a good walkie. It's a good all around course. But I don't think
It's a goodie.
I don't think it's something that belongs in A tier. But I do believe that it belongs in B tier.
Like I said, the only reason it's A for me is just because I won out there. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
So
Okay, next up, Falcon Lakes.
this one's gonna hurt.
Falcon
This one's gonna hurt some people.
Lakes. This is gonna hurt some
D.
feelings right here.
D.
I'm not even going D. I was gonna go F because that place went to shit. Like the fairways are just some of the fairways are destroyed. The tee boxes look like they'd been shaved.
In our criteria of price to condition, I feel like F is fair.
I feel like that is because
Yeah.
I think whenever I was looking for tee times to practice up
It was
there,
like
it was
$95.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was not
It's
worth
still like
$95.
$95.
So I'm going F tier, and that's because price to conditions this
I'm
year
good
it
with
was
that.
not great, not good at all.
Sorry,
Next,
Colby.
next, my favorite and yours, ladies and gentlemen, Boots Hollow.
Never been there.
B tier. I'm going solid B tier on that.
That's gonna
Judge
hurt
us,
some feelings that we put
judge
them all the
us
way in B.
all you want. You can play for $50, and you've got good fairways, good greens, decent tee boxes. It's a fun track. Like
Not to mention the like the fantastic job the Greens team did after that vandalism.
I'm gonna
shit.
take that. I'm gonna take that. That's a bonus. Like we can add little bonus criterias in here. Bonus criteria for Hoots Hollow after the destruction and after all the vandalism that I saw from
never
that
would've
course
known.
and playing it a week after, you'd never even know it happened.
They
Never
could have
even know it
not
happened.
posted a single thing and nobody would have ever
Yeah.
known.
Exactly. So, Hoots Hollow, congratulations, you've made B tier. Next up, Iron Horse. I'm gonna go ahead and just say F. Fuck
Yep.
Iron
Yep.
Horse. Fuck Iron Horse. Iron Horse, you are overpriced. You are very underwhelming. Your greens are about $20. Your fairways have a lot of work. I personally, I'd never pay for a membership there or pay to play there ever again.
I'm good.
Just because it's only because it's a Truden course. It's the only
Yep.
reason it's
I'm leaving
expensive.
it. I'm leaving it at that. Iron Horse, you suck.
Yep.
Longview, Fred Arbanis. Did you guys even play it this year?
I've
The
never
one
played
time
it.
I played it, it was before the season really started.
Yep.
I mean, it was pretty okay.
I'm putting this one in C tier because it's a decent price, really good course.
Oh.
The greens are in good shape. Actually, I mean, when I played it, the greens actually they weren't. There was only one problem with the greens when I played it, and it was because, from what somebody had told me, they had a clogged nozzle on one of the sprayers, and there's a dead track, dead trickle down all the greens, and you can see it on all of them. But for the most part, other than that, it was in good shape for the price. It's good shape. I will say that. Drum Farm. Anybody play Drum Farm other than me? I think I played Drum Farm.
Me and Brandon played with a guy today that is a member there.
Uh huh.
He said it's pretty alright.
It's in good shape. I think it's in good shape, but I don't think the price is worth what. I've always thought Drum Farm thought they were too good for.
Do they still have a range there?
They do, kinda. It's never open, but they have one.
So that subtracts in my book.
I'm putting it in C tier because I think if the price was right, I would put it in B tier because it was in good shape. The greens were in great shape. I can't say that the driving range is always closed. I know that whenever we went to play it for that league night thing, the range was closed because it had rained. But don't quote me on that. They did have a
Every
range. It
time
did look
I've
nice.
been there, it's been before March, and they say we don't open the range until like
Till
April.
never.
Well, I mean, I will say though, the range isn't like the greatest range on the planet. It's not. It's got great grass to hit off of, but what you're hitting into is almost just like a field. So I can see why they would because it's not like a traditional driving range. It's more like what Unity Village has, but with better tee boxes. But I personally, I'll put it in C because the last two times I played it, greens were great, fairways were great, tee boxes were great. The only problem is I think they just overprice. They overcharge.
Fair.
But it's also still a great life course. So take it for what it's worth.
Fuck Great Life.
Minor Park. I think this might be the first year I have not played Minor Park.
Same. Well, here's my thing. I think we had it as a C.
Mm-hmm.
I think it drops to a D because of like I can go play just about anywhere else in the metro for like $10 more.
Yeah.
That's way better.
No, absolutely, I agree.
And not
I'm not
hit
going to
golf
argue with
balls
that.
into a gas station parking lot.
I'm not
Yes.
going to argue with that.
But they've
I
also had a bunch of break-ins too in vehicles out at Minor Park too.
have a soft spot for Minor Park, but I will say right now that
The price, it's like
it's the price. The price and the
considering we used to
trying
be able to
get
go
on
play
there.
that thing for like $20, $25 with a cart. Nope.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like my gripe with Longview. I live in Jackson County. I pay Jackson County taxes. It's part of Jackson County Parks and Rec. I should get a discount to play that course because I mean my tax dollars go to maintenance of that course. I should at least get a discount. I mean they give us a discount at the damn zoo because I live in Jackson County, but I can't get a discount at golf courses. Yeah, I'm gonna put D tier for that reason, but I do think that Minor's probably in good shape. It's always in good shape, but I think you're right on that front. Mules National. Did anybody play Mules National this year?
No, but I gotta go B.
I
Just
did
from,
not.
just from what everybody said on.
I'm gonna go
From
with B tier
Casey
on that
Golf.
one as well because
Yep.
everybody says the price and what you get is
Yeah.
perfect. It's more
Yeah,
than
like
what.
price, like it's like $35.
Yeah,
Go play
It's
with
the-
a cart.
Yep.
It's the
And
course
the
that
practice
cannot be
facility
named.
is fantastic.
The practice facility is
yeah.
amazing, and they keep building onto that place. Like they keep making more and better things.
Definitely worth the drive out there.
The next one I'm going to defer to you guys because, well, I didn't get to play it this year. Paradise Point. That would be the Outlaw and the Posse up in Smithville. This one, I will say though,
Yeah.
before you answer, as an outsider who did not play this, I have heard two different things from multiple people, mostly on the KC Golf Group. But I have heard different opinions on this. I personally think a lot of the people's opinions are they're just too high. They think they're playing like a TPC.
I
I
would.
mean, I'm going.
I'd go C. I was gonna go C just because the drive out there. It's a little bit out there.
I don't.
Forget-
Okay, hold on. Let's not take the driving distance into play. Let's not
No,
take
go-
driving distance into play. Let's keep it at price. And I mean, because if that's the case, we can do the same thing
Yeah.
at Falcon Lakes, especially for me, because that's an hour out.
Yeah. So, well, we'll go B. I mean, when we played it, it was in pretty good shape.
It was in.
mean,
the
it
greens
was-
were really good shape. The fairways were good. The tee boxes weren't tore up.
Yeah.
Like
You can't
I
ask
think
for
it's a
you can't ask for
solid
better.
Okay, I'll take your guys' word for it. But like I said, I think all the comments and all the things I heard about it is, I think some people just have too high of standards. Like they
want
way,
PGA.
way
They
too
want PGA courses in Kansas City that are
Yep.
PGA courses.
Yep. Well, they want a PGA course and they're going to go shoot 110. Okay,
Probably.
next one up, Shamrock Hills Country Club and Spa, located conveniently in Lee Summit, Missouri, on 291 South.
I don't remember what the price was, but when I played it, it was pretty solid.
Yeah,
I haven't played it this
always
year.
keep this is a C. To me, this is a C tier course. Mid-range price. They always have tee times available, and it's just your basic. It's got post stamp or
it's
postage
kinda the same
stamp
thing as minor.
greens. It is. It's a longer minor. That's in my opinion. It's just a longer minor park.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shamrock Hills easy C tier. Price is there. Everybody I've talked to, a lot of my friends that around here have said that it's in really, really good shape. I think they're actually starting to put more into it, which is great. But yeah, Shamrock Hills, right there in this middle, C tier. Okay, next up, and this one I'm gonna have to rely on you guys because, well, I didn't play it again. Shoal Creek.
I think it goes up in the rankings because
Really?
they kind of pulled their shit together.
Had you asked us in February, March whenever we played out there, it
Okay,
probably would
but, I
have.
mean, but on the balance of price to conditions, what are we putting
I think it's a mid tier course now.
Yeah.
So you think you're thinking
Well,
C tier?
C.
what's the price out there for that?
And,
It's-
anybody want to look that up real
Like
quick?
85.
I got it.
We can skip. We can always skip that. We can actually. You know what? I'll tell you what. Let's put that deeper into the rotation here. We'll put that deeper into the rotation here. We'll come back to it as soon as we can get some pricing on it because I think you're right. I've heard a lot of people say that they've kind of turned their thing around, but
They have.
then again, I think you already know where this is going. But Creekmore,
Hey.
I'm an A tier for Creekmore.
Yep.
I mean,
No comment.
I'm putting Creekmore in A tier because they're always in good shape. They always got great fairways. They are expensive, but it's what you pay for what you get. It's actually
Well, they go out every single night and fix all the pitch marks on the green.
yeah. They were doing
Yeah.
it like so. Whenever I played that 72, they were doing it during our round. They had a guy out there on the green fixing pitch marks during our round, and when we were on approach, he would get off the green and wait, and then when we get on
Yeah.
the green, he'd go in and he'd start doing pitch marks again. and he even knew where our ball marks were and was walking around them, not to walk in our line. So kudos to Creekmore on that one, but Creekmore staying in A tier.
It's always going to be
You're
there.
Have to do something really
That is
bad.
the only course in Kansas City I would pay $100 to go play.
Yeah,
I will tell you right now, Creekmore has to do quite a bit to get out of A tier, in my opinion. Like it's going to take quite a bit.
It would have to burn on fire.
Have to burn up. Like they would have to burn up their fairways to literally not make A tier for me. Stone Canyon.
I'm going A because for what you get, the price is just so good.
They've got the great practice facility.
79. It's seven. I think it's like $69 or $79 around.
I think it's like 75.
It's sub $80. It's always in good shape.
It
has a great practice facility. They're the only range in Kansas City that does
hit
not
off
have
grass.
nets.
I will concur with that. Even though I played it like shit this year, I will concur
that
Stone Canyon stays in the A tier.
It's one of my favorites in the area.
Yep, Stone Canyon will stay in the A tier.
They don't have Zoysia.
Next up, Sunflower Hills. The last 2 years.
This might be the first year I haven't played Sunflower.
This is the first year I haven't played Sunflower. And Sunflower, we played a lot in the last 3 years.
We played it a lot last year. Shit.
I drive by it all the time. I mean, it looks like price-wise, I think it's price to what you get. I feel like it's probably either B or C.
I think it's C tier.
I would say C.
I'm still sticking it in C tier because I think it's like a minor.
The range is unmatched all the time.
It's still a minor park, in my opinion. It's like a minor park, in my opinion.
Just for Wyandotte County.
But it's like a better minor park. Let's just say that. It's a better minor park. I didn't get a chance to play it this year, but I don't know when they close. I haven't had to squeeze in around, but Swope Park.
I couldn't tell you the last time I played Swope.
Matt played Swope.
I don't know what the price is there either.
Swope's expensive. Swope. Andrew, are you still looking them up here?
I'm going.
Let's go. Did you look up Shoal? Did you look up
Shoal?
Shoal?
I did.
What's Shoal? Let's go Shoal.
$80.
It's actually not bad. I'd put Shoal in C.
Okay, yeah. For that reason, I'd say C because now if you're saying $80 and it's
it was
in
like
decent shape,
95 or 90.
If you're saying like
something.
$80 in decent shape, then you're in Stone Canyon territory. But you get more from Stone Canyon than you do from Shoal Creek. But I think C tier is fair for them.
Practice facility at Shoal is pretty.
We will come back to Swope after Andrew finds some pricing.
Swope is 50.
Oh, that's fair. I'd put it in the C tier, in the mid tier.
Hold on, I just got a text message. Oh, good. Apparently all the political bullshit is starting because I just got a text message from some political campaign that I never even asked to get a message from.
Just be like, I'll tell you where the bodies are buried.
No, I just text back, stop and forget my number.
I don't know. I'd put Swope in D because for what you get, it's $50. There's no range.
Yep.
The Heart of everyone says they're always, there's the Heart of America range down the street. And I'm like, yeah, if you want to go.
You got to drive all the way over there.
Well,
I would agree.
The HOA range is trash. So,
well,
but Swope, I think is D just because there's no range. There's no chipping. Like the chipping green is
the putting green.
Yeah, it's super tiny. The clubhouse is trash. It's not trash. It's just super tiny.
I mean, I'm gonna go with you on this one because I didn't get to play it this year. I've played it multiple times, but I do know that the Heart of America range is not the good range, and I'm excited to revisit this conversation after next year when they've done all their renovations and they've made some changes. They still probably won't have a range, but maybe they've made it 10 times better. Now, when it does reopen, it's going to be busy as shit. You're not going to be able to get a tee time there. This one I didn't get a chance to play this year, but Sykes Lady, which is part of the OP Golf.
I got to play it back in June. It was in pretty good shape.
I mean,
for
Lady
what
Sykes
it
is Sykes is always in good shape.
Yeah.
It's just my problem with the OP courses is they're super expensive. They get so much play that the courses just get ate up because they don't care. Like
the greens are usually full of pitch marks.
My biggest gripe is they're always booked. Like every
to
old
book your
man,
tee time
every
2
retired,
weeks out.
yeah, every retired old man has that booked out for weeks in advance. I mean, even Steven Schultz, he'll hit me up asking me to play, and he has to book his 9 a.m. at St. Andrews like almost 2 weeks in advance, and it's like it's not worth it. Honestly, I was thinking about it this weekend, especially when you book tee times. Those never even pop into my head, like to try to book because it's like, nah, they're always busy. They're always booked.
Yeah.
My next one up here, and it was in our original list, is Unity Village. I always keep Unity Village at a C tier, and that is because you can pay for 9 holes and play as much as you want. You get a cart. It has a decent driving range, and it's cheap. You can get a large bucket of balls for like $7, and you can go out there and hit like crazy. And it is a great course to go out. It's always in great shape. Never a bad spot.
Is a pretty decent range.
It is for what it is. It is decent as hell. And I mean,
Hit golf balls into the church.
they actually got all new golf carts too. So
It's probably been a couple years since I've been out there.
Dude, it's awesome. It's still one of my favorite ones to play. It's if I have to just like go out and swing clubs, boom. Next one, Winterstone.
B.
Yeah. From today, B.
Okay, I haven't gotten to play it in a while, so
Greens are super pure. Fairways were average.
Adams Point.
I say B because of the practice facility and.
I'll say for what you get at Adams, I feel like it's extremely
Adams Point
fair.
is decently priced.
It's
always in good
comparable
shape.
to Stone, but just on a little lower
It's
level.
always in good shape.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Beautiful bent grass.
Beautiful. Yep. It's always in good shape. It greens up before everybody else. They keep the pace of play up. They have marshals, which is great.
Matt gets to ride the thin scooters.
Yeah, there you go.
I have not fallen over yet.
Yeah.
Next one, I'm gonna skip ahead here. Blue Springs Country Club. I put them in this list from the original list because I play it like every other week or every third week for this little golf league thing I do. They are getting better.
Boo-boo.
They are getting better. They're still a D tier in my opinion, but they are making strides to get better. If you want to hit a golf ball and you want to play an old style country club,
Right there.
go there. It's not bad. It's actually not bad at all. The greens are actually in really good shape. Their greens remind me a lot of Hoots Hollow. Kind of slow, but a good slow kind of thing. Next one on the list here, Sycamore Ridge. I didn't get to play Sycamore this year.
I'm going B.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just always, like, for the price, the practice facility's pretty solid. The range is actually off of the mats pretty frequently. Me and
The
Mike,
putting area is
me
great.
and Mike were going down there. Yeah, the putting area is fantastic. They have nice bunkers in the practice area. Me and Mike have been going down there a little bit to like do long drive stuff because their ranges.
It goes back to my assessment that I've had for the last 2 years. Anything run by Orion is a good course, and it's going to remain a good course. And if you notice, 1, 2, 3 Orion courses are in the B tier.
1 in the A.
1 and D. No, Orion doesn't do Creekmore or Stone Canyon. Stone Canyon does.
I thought they did Stone.
Do they?
I thought they did.
I
know they don't have the
No way.
Orion like little.
No way.
The logo or anything, but
I know they have like the T-Quest golf, like the T-Quest. They use T-Quest for their website, which is exactly what Stone and all them use too. But I don't think it's an Orion course at all. I think the only 4 Orion courses are. Hold on.
I might have been thinking of Winterstone.
Winterstone definitely is. Winterstone is 100% Orion. I know they're Orion.
Adams is.
Yep. Yep. Managed by Orion. Managed by Orion for Adams Point. But Stone Canyon doesn't have the managed by Orion on the site like the other ones do. So I think Stone Canyon is run by Stone Canyon. Greg Norman comes out on his lawnmower and makes sure that everything is on tip-top shape. But yeah, I will say Sycamore Ridge. I didn't get to play it, but every time I've played it, it's been in great shape. I know you guys played it, so
we try and play it a couple times a year.
Definitely a B tier course.
I was also biased because I won the
The
APT.
Stableford. Yeah.
The Stableford.
Okay. And last one here. Last one, but I kind of want to do a quick run through, and we'll do some specials here. But St. Andrews, I played St. Andrews once this year. It's going in D tier.
I was gonna say it's
going in
just
D tier
like
for me.
Sykes Lady. It's the same.
100% going in D tier for me. I am not a fan of what they're doing over there. It's hard to book a tea time. It's in semi decent shape, but for the most part, meh. Okay, that does it. So
It's all locked in. All locked in.
recap, locked in our postseason rankings. A tier, Creekmore, Stone Canyon. B tier, Excelsior Springs, Hoots Hollow, Mules National, Paradise Point, both Posse and Outlaw. Winterstone, Adams Point, Sycamore Ridge. C tier, Dubs Dread, Eagles Landing, Longview, Drum Farm, Shamrock Hills, Sunflower Hills, Shoal Creek, Unity Village. D tier, Tiffany Greens, Minor Park, Swope Park, Sykes Lady, Blue Springs Country Club, St. Andrews. And F tier, get your shit together. Falcon Lakes and Iron Horse. Everybody's going to hate us. They
Fuck
did
it.
on the last one. They got super pissed. But I don't care. That's what I think. If you don't like it, you can fill out your own. I'm going to make this live. I'm going to share it on the Facebook page, and you can go do this on your own. But I kind of want to do a special. I wanted to do like all the ones we played for APT, but I wanted to do a special one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to list some of the ones we played from APT this year, and then we're just going to verbally say them out loud. And this one will go for, you can do price to quality on that one. We're not going to say drive. We're not going to say anything like that. But let's start at the top. I'm going to start with Annbriar. Annbriar from A tier course. Great practice facility. Great overall facility in general. Worth the drive out to Illinois to play it. Granted, you have to go to St. Louis, which, as everybody knows, I hate St. Louis. But it is worth the drive. Number 2, we're gonna go through them one by one. But Buffalo Ridge. Remember, price to quality.
That's A.
I was gonna say B just because A because they fixed it.
I'm going A
Never
tier.
mind. I was thinking of the time before that.
Nope. I'm
This
gonna go
time I
A
was
tier.
there.
Buffalo Ridge out of the
Yep.
out of the trio that we played. Buffalo Ridge was my favorite one.
Yeah.
Even though I played like complete shit, it was my favorite one by far. Ozark National.
Yeah. I
Ozark
think
National,
all three of those are
tier.
going to be A.
A tier. Actually, I was gonna put Paynes Valley in the B category. Honestly,
I would honestly put Paynes in B.
I would put Paynes in B just because I think
Honestly,
it's overhyped.
for the price, I'm saying Paynes is a C course.
I would concur with that. I think Paynes Valley is
For the
overrated.
price,
I think it's
I'm not paying
overrated.
$450 for that course.
No, it's overrated. 100% overrated. I think it's good to say I played it once. But for the most part, overrated.
I mean, granted, I'll still rather play Buffalo Ridge all day compared to.
I'd play
The other
Buffalo
two.
Ridge and
I'll
Ozark
go play
National.
Buffalo and Ozark for less money than playing Paynes once.
Exactly. You're playing Paynes Valley because Tiger Woods made it.
And for the
Not
19th
made it,
hole.
he designed it. No, on the 19th hole. The 19th hole wasn't even. It was like you see
That
pictures and
wasn't-
videos and stuff, and it's like it looks like more immense, but it's not. It's a lot smaller than you think. Okay, Mozingo. I'm putting Mozingo in A tier.
Yep.
Because we paid
Mozingo
like
goes in the A for
we
price
paid like
to.
$38, and we had a cart and. We had a cart, 18 holes, 38 for $38.
And
Drive there
we
and
saw
back.
nobody when we played that afternoon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had it clear.
That Friday
we
was-
didn't wait, and weren't pushed.
It was great.
100% worth it. Columbia Country Club.
I'm going A.
Ooh. I'm gonna say A. I'm gonna go B
Well,
tier
it's
on
a
that one.
private
Actually,
course. It's
it is private.
course.
It is private, but I
mean,
wanted to
we
include
don't
some of
know
the
what
ones
the
we
price
traveled
is.
to. Actually, we do. It is a Troon course.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Well, it's much better kept than the other Troon course.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna go
but-
B tier on that
I'm
one.
going- feel like
I'm gonna
B's
go
fair.
B tier. I was gonna say since we're going, I totally forgot it was private, but we'll just do Kirksville in there as well, just because we went to that one. We
Kirksville
played
is
that one.
only so me and Brandon played with Tanner,
Yep.
and it was I believe the member or the guest fee was like it's like $60 or something. It was super cheap.
It's not a bad course. I would B tier it. I mean,
I would say I'd go in B.
Yeah,
I'm
me
biased
too.
because I won this year and took second.
Is there any
Last year.
any of them that I'm leaving out here?
Mm,
From the APT standpoint, we didn't play. We didn't travel to very many this year. Next year,
We got well, that's when me and Brandon went to. I say that Iowa won Amana.
yeah, how was that?
Probably like a B.
Nothing special.
Nothing special.
Is there any Kansas City course we left out?
mm,
It's hard to think.
I'm trying to think of the schedule.
I don't think we left out any on the schedule.
I don't
from,
think so.
Nah, I don't think from a scheduling standpoint,
So
really
we
anything
got
got left off.
mules. I think everything
Creekmore,
else.
Stone Canyon, Excelsior Springs, Paradise
I think
Point,
everywhere else is a
Winterstone,
private
Adams
courses.
Point, Sycamore, Longview, Shoal, Iron
that's all
Horse.
of them.
Yeah, that was all 10 of them. So yeah, we nailed all of those. But okay. Well, then we're calling it. That's it. We'll post this up on our Facebook page and the socials, so that everybody can see what travesty we have here. Followed by, I'm going to try to make this live, and I'll share the link out, and then let everybody else make their picks. But I probably won't be until after this gets released on Friday. But other than that, gentlemen, that's going to do it.
Another day.
Unless you guys got something else, but I don't got anything else.
I only got nationals coming up in a month.
Yep.
I got Winterstone this weekend.
Not going. You got Winterstone this weekend.
I'm ready
Not going
for
to
it.
Nationals.
Of
Gonna go
the
to
season
Cabo.
championship. Brandon's chasing down Chris.
Yep.
I am chasing down not really Corey.
I'm not chasing anybody. I'm just out there to play.
Yeah, I'm just.
I will say.
I'm not putting too much stock in my gameplay, so
I will say
really give a shit.
this last weekend was the first 3 rounds I've played in back-to-back days with no fucking pain.
nice.
Alex Keller.
Shout out to
on
Alex
Instagram.
Keller and all them for getting me squared away, and it's a hell of a program. And
Bombs away, baby.
All right, that's the final words. Bombs away, everybody.
Bombs away.
Everybody have a wonderful week. Hit them straight.